What up, YouTube? My name is Cheryce. Welcome to Reese TV. Glad that you're here. This is my Game of Thrones Book of the Stranger review. I'll be reviewing this with my usual OMG moments. Just be careful of spoilers if you have not seen this episode. OMG moment number 5. Jon Snow is still at Castle Black. Now, I know that the scene with him and his sister was touching, but let's be honest. That reunion shouldn't have been at Castle Black. The last time that we see Jon Snow in the last episode, he is leaving Castle Black. Best case scenario, he and his sister should have met somewhere in the middle of Winterfell and Castle Black. Worst case scenario, he and his sister should have just missed each other. OMG moment number 4. Jon and Sansa wish that they could go back in time in order to stop themselves from leaving Winterfell. Now knowing Bran's development and his powers, we know that this is becoming possible. As we know that Bran has to meet up with his siblings at some point before this whole series ends. And like I said before, this could be setting us up for a worse season finale than Lost. For if Jon Snow never goes to Castle Black, we would never know the stakes as to why this battle is important for the North. OMG moment number 3, Tyrion negotiates peace with the slavers. He negotiates with the slavers that within Marine, slavery will be abolished. But outside of Marine, slavery has a time period of 7 years in order to be abolished. It is said that the showrunners got this idea from Abraham Lincoln, who first proposed that slavery would be abolished over time. And we all know how that worked out. So this is setting up for a civil war in Marine. And at this point, that makes 2 civil wars that are brewing. One in Marine, and one at King's Landing. There is also another war that is brewing. Sansa wants to take back the North. Now, she wants the help of both Jon and the Wildlings. But because of Jon's experience at Castle Black, Jon doesn't want to fight in another battle. So we know from Melisandre that Jon does fight in the Battle of Winterfell. Now the question is, what changes his mind? OMG moment number 2. Ramsay calls out Jon Snow. So he does so in a letter that the book readers like to call the Pink Letter. It is also called the Bastard's Letter, because both Jon Snow and Ramsay Bolton are bastards. But it's not exactly the letter to the letter, because many of the characters that are on the show are not in the books. However, the sentiments are the same. Now in this letter, Ramsay Bolton threatens Rickon Stark because he has Rickon Stark captive. He also threatens Sansa Stark, but that threat is conditional to how he hands over Sansa Stark. He also threatens the Wildlings. So now Jon Snow actually has a reason to fight the battle at Winterfell. The only problem is that he's outnumbered 2-1. Little does he know, Littlefinger has that covered. But we will have to wait for next episode for him to find out. My OMG moment number 1, Dany kills the cows by fire. And of course she walks out of that fire because she is the mother of dragons. I mean, as soon as she touched that torch, you knew that all the cows were, well, lack of better word, screwed. And now Dany finds herself with more people to rule. This is a definite callback to season 1 when she stepped out of the fire in the first place. And a scene that some of the Dothraki people remember. However, none of the cow know this, though they know about her dead husband. So now with the coming Civil War, Dany has more soldiers at her disposal. And that's where I'm going to end this review. Tell me, what do you think about this episode? Let's talk nerdy about it below. If you like this video, please leave this video a like and a share. I make a video every week, so please subscribe so I can see you next time. Bye-bye.